In today's episode, we're outside Devon and Cornwall Police Headquarters. And what happens here is hard to believe that you're about to see officers who seem unsure about basic laws, a security guard making threats, missing SIA badges, and behavior that raises serious concerns. The level of confusion and poor conduct on display is shocking. This could be one of the most troubling examples of police knowledge I've ever looked at, and that's saying a lot. The situation quickly spirals in a way you won't expect. Let's dive in.
Oh yeah, you're right. Why?
Because I'm a police officer.
Have you got a warrant card?
Yeah, I have got a warrant
Yeah, I'd love
card.
to see that, thank you.
No problem. I'm PC Vanessa Thompson, I work here.
Okay, wonderful. Lovely. So what's your number? 1503, was it?
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
lovely.
15032.
32, lovely.
I'm just
talking.
wondering what you're doing.
Just making a little video really around the area.
Okay, and what's that to do with? Just obviously because we've got security in mind as well.
Yeah, sure. Just making a little video of the area and that really.
Okay.
There's police station around here. Obviously it's a new station you got down there.
Yeah.
What was that, 3 years ago, was it? 4 maybe? But yeah, so just letting people kind of know where the station is. Just matters of public interest, really.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's fine. Do you mind if I
Yeah.
just take your name?
Why would I want to give you that?
Because in case there is anything else, I'm just interested. If you're just doing anything, there's nothing wrong, then I just want to know who it is. Because obviously there's security as well.
Right, okay.
So security is heightened at the moment. So if there's nothing wrong, I just want to find out who your name is in case anything else were to come up.
This is the moment where PC Thompson gets it wrong. Under Code A of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act 1984, officers can only ask for identification if they have reasonable suspicion that a crime has taken place. Saying just in case something happens later is not a valid reason under the law. The auditor refuses to give ID, and legally, that's within their rights. Without reasonable suspicion of wrongdoing, there's no obligation to provide identification.
So what you're implying is that if I don't give my name, I'm doing something wrong?
No, I'm just saying in case something retrospectively happened and someone said, oh, something happened, and I say, oh, I saw someone and I spoke to him, but I won't know what his name is.
That's fine. I mean, there's nothing to oblige me to give you my name at this
No,
point.
there isn't.
No,
You're
so,
all right.
So no, I'd rather not, thank you.
Okay.
But at this point, am I being detained or anything?
No, I was just speaking to you and finding out
No
what
problem
you
at
were
all.
doing
That's
because-
fine.
For security.
Yeah, that's fine. I'd like to do that.
So
Yeah.
you're just going to stay on the perimeter, are you?
I don't know. I'm just going to have a wander around and
Well,
see
you
what's
can't
around.
go inside, so
But-
you can't go inside the building, okay?
Oh no, I won't go inside any buildings, obviously. Yeah.
Stay on the perimeter, but you can't go
Yeah.
anywhere else.
Well, I mean, if there are any restrictions, like signs.
Restrictions from there, there's a security. I'm a police officer and I'm telling you, you cannot go with it inside there. This is a secure
Yeah, but a
building,
police
you can't go inside
but
there.
a police officer can tell me not to wear yellow shoelaces.
But I'm not telling you not to wear shoelaces. I'm saying that this is a secure place. There is a security there. I'll walk with you if you like. It's fine.
No, that's all right. If it's secure, there's nothing to worry about, is there?
But I'm advising you as a police officer that you shouldn't be going in there. Okay?
But is it against the law?
This is you are not permitted to go into this building here. Okay?
I'm not going to go into any buildings. I just said that.
Into the area.
And why not? Again, is there any laws restricting me from doing that?
Yes, it's security. You're not allowed in there unless you've got a warrant card.
There are several clear mistakes here. First, a warrant card is official police ID. Members of the public don't have one, and they don't need one to enter areas that are open to everyone. Second, she's trying to apply broad restrictions without pointing to any specific law or showing clear signs that limit access. Under common law, people are allowed to enter spaces that are open to the public unless they are clearly marked as restricted. In this case, Thompson appears to be enforcing rules that aren't actually in place.
Or is that?
There's restrictions on there that you are not allowed to go into there.
If it's public access and
There
it's a
isn't
public.
public access to
Well,
it.
that's fine. I won't go past any points that aren't publicly accessible. That's not a problem. But that's not a problem at all.
I'm trying to walk on to the front now.
So naturally that has no entry through those gates, but obviously it's locked gates, so wouldn't be able to go through there even if I wanted to. But yeah, so this is where somebody else got to previously. So that sign there clearly says please have both ID and car pass ready for inspection. So as you can see, there's clearly gates because I should imagine it's probably restricted parking. But there are literally no signs, unless I missed any on here, so I will double check. There's literally no signs saying, police only or restricted access.
The auditor handles this properly. He looks around for clear signs before going any further that he sees markings for a cycle path, notices about vehicle passes for cars, and CCTV warning signs. But there's one important thing missing. There are no signs restricting pedestrians. Then the security guard steps in, and right away, several problems begin to unfold.
I've already asked you nicely, you cannot go any further than this.
To stop you. Keep coming, mate. Then if you want to assault me, we'll have you nicked for that, shall we?
I haven't done anything.
Reasonable force. I'm licensed to stop you coming on these premises.
What license have you got?
SIA.
Well,
Licensed by the government.
Where's that displayed?
You don't need to see that, pal.
Under the SIA laws, that should be on display.
He's been reading Google. He's a Google lawyer.
Then security shows up, and the first issue is obvious. There's no visible SIA badge. That's the most basic requirement for the role. Instead of fixing that, he goes for a tired insult, calling the auditor a Google lawyer. But here's the reality. This time, the information online was correct, and he spoke with confidence, but the facts didn't back him up. And the more he tried to defend his position, the worse the situation became. Take a look at what happens next.
That should be on display at all times while in operation of your duties. You can actually lose your license for not having it on display. No, it needs to be on display.
Mate, don't talk the law. You know what you're talking about.
Listen,
I clearly do.
I said to you that I'm a police officer and I've asked you that you're not allowed past here. It's a site you are not allowed past here, so please don't come on site.
Where's the signage?
I'm telling you as a police officer, you've seen my warrant card,
Yeah.
and I'm telling you as a police officer, you're not allowed to
You
come
could
past
tell
here.
me as a police officer that I'm not allowed to wear a black coat or a yellow hat or...
But that's not
You
official,
know.
is it? I'm asking you not.
Well, this isn't official. If it was official, there would be signage.
Okay, but I'm officially telling you, you are not allowed on
Under
site.
what power are you using to officially tell me this? Please.
This is you can see
No.
you're not allowed in.
That is because if this were restricted for pedestrian access, there would be a pedestrian gate. But there clearly isn't.
So what makes you want to do this all day and all night? Have you got bored or something?
Well, to be fair, there's marked police vehicles up there. I want to get some shots of marked police vehicles. They're public property.
They may well be public property.
This is public property.
This area, you're not allowed on here.
But there's no restricted access signs, none whatsoever.
Right, so we're telling you, no.
But your verbal commands don't take precedence when it's a public area.
I don't know what you're talking about, mate.
I literally do.
You've been reading Google too much. Google lawyer. We have about 3 of you a week turn up here.
Yeah?
Yeah,
That's probably because you keep acting like idiots.
Really?
Yeah.
You're insulting me now, are you?
Yeah, the more you act like
You're
idiots,
insulting me by calling me an idiot.
the more you act like idiots.
Okay, no, I'm going to say to you, I take it personally. I feel threatened and I can have you nicked for public order. How do you feel about that?
Here comes the guard's big threat. I'll have you arrested under Section 5. He says it like it's a guaranteed win. But that's not how it works. Section 5 of the Public Order Act 1986 deals with behavior that is truly threatening or abusive. It's not about someone getting offended. In fact, the word insulting was removed from the law years ago. Simply calling someone a name isn't a crime. What we're seeing here is someone try to turn basic name-calling into grounds for arrest. That's not a solid understanding of the law. It's a serious misunderstanding.
What's your law? Come on,
Threatened?
Go on, man.
There's no act or threat of violence. Yeah.
Do you know I'm an idiot? Do you know me? Do you know my family?
I said you're acting like...
Mate, you've insulted me.
Being offended isn't against the law.
Google lawyers, mate.
Mm-hmm.
You're a Google lawyer.
Cool. Well, again, you haven't got your SIA badge, so I'll report that to the
Do what
SIA.
you want, my friend.
Will do.
Do it all day long.
Not a problem.
What's your name then?
Why would I give you that?
Well, why would I give you my name? You don't even know who I am.
Because you're the one.
You don't want me to
You're
explain,
the.
who am I?
You're the one. Well, I can just say the one working at the hut at this headquarters on this date and this time. They'll have record of who's working. They'll find it. It's not difficult. There's record of everything.
Fool. Yeah, we're right. Nothing better to do. You got a job?
Yeah, I have actually.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah. So is this private property, is it?
Private, my friend.
Who owns it?
None of your business.
So is it not owned by...
Land registry, and I'll tell you all about it, mate.
is it not owned by the police, by the Ministry of Justice, or...
It's You define it.
I mean, whether or not it's
private. I don't know exactly who owns it, but it's private. property.
whether or not you rent
I'm
it
trying
privately.
to be
Yeah, can you just
reasonable
keep a
with
bit of distance?
I'm trying to be reasonable.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, if this is private and it's even rented by the government, which it obviously is, then that's publicly funded. Like those police vehicles are publicly funded.
That public are allowed access here. Okay. So it doesn't matter whether it's publicly funded or not.
If you have no information that says that this is private, this is restricted, then what's the authority that you're acting under?
Probably can't go and access.
Yeah. I want to have a look at the marked vehicles.
You can't, mate.
Why?
Because it's a police site. It's private.
Private? Who's it owned by? Do you know?
Devon Cornwall Constabulary.
Okay, and who owns Devon and Cornwall Constabulary?
Here we go.
Who owns Devon and Cornwall Constabulary? Who operates? Who runs? Who funds it?
It's what's that something you mean?
It's publicly funded, isn't it?
Right, and what do you think that means? That entitles you access? That's what you're trying to say?
To areas that are not clearly restricted.
What's that?
That's a barrier for cars. The pedestrian access is not restricted at all.
You do not have access to private stuff.
But again, where's the private signs? Where's the private property signs? I've walked all the way up, looked at every single sign. There's nothing.
Don't Google lawyer, mate. Plenty of them.
Can we just be reasonable about this? You've got to here. You're not going to get any further than here.
Is that your warrant, mate? Is that your warrant card, sir?
Do you want
16738. Is that Constable Fowler?
Yeah, I'm a police officer.
Okay.
I'm telling you, this site is a private police site and you do not have access to it.
Do you have any evidence of that?
I don't need the evidence. I'm a police officer.
Well, you can tell me it's illegal to wear this coat, but it doesn't mean that it's true. Just because you showed me a card that I'm a police officer, that coat is illegal.
Now we have Constable Fowler stepping in, giving his version of the rules that he says the site is private property. So that's the end of it. You can't come in. But there's no clear signage, no documents, and no proof offered. Just his word that that's not how the law works. Simply saying something doesn't make it legally binding. If access is restricted, there should be clear signs or proper legal backing to support that claim. When the only evidence offered is a uniform, it often suggests there isn't much else to rely on.
Okay, what happens if I do?
The moon, mate, doesn't mean she's with a NASA and get a plane to get to it, does it? I'll use reasonable force to prevent you coming in. Yeah, that's what I told him. I've already told him I'll do that.
Okay, so you'll use reasonable force?
Yes, to prevent you coming in.
Okay.
Okay. So, what I suggest, mate, is...
So that's a threat right there.
It's not a threat.
Well, it is. Because you have...
You asked me a question. You asked me what happened, I've explained it.
Yeah, and you have no jurisdiction to use reasonable force under these
jurisdiction. I'm a
conditions.
police officer. I can use reasonable force to prevent you going there. It's a private site, and there are various laws that allow me to prevent you going to that site. We can go along this line if you want, mate. If
this were private, where there would be signage saying private property.
We don't need to do this. We don't need to do this. Why don't you just make your way? We don't need to be doing this, okay? It doesn't need to escalate to this. If you go on your way, then that will be fine.
Tell you what, you're going to leave here before I do today.
Okay. Okay.
What is it you're trying to achieve, mate?
Like I said, I wanted to go get some shots of the marked vehicles, publicly owned vehicles on publicly owned land.
I couldn't be more reasonable than I'm being with you now.
I know, and I'm not arguing, I'm not threatening, I'm not raising my voice to you, I'm just explaining my point.
But you are not coming on site.
Okay.
Okay, that is not happening.
Fine. So we've got the apparently SIA badge, security, all those lacking his SIA badge. Yeah, it needs to be visible. It needs to be it needs to be on it needs to be on yeah, it needs to be visible at all times while on duty, doesn't it? Like police officers have to have, well, obviously unless they're non-uniform, but if they're in uniform, their epaulets need to be on their outermost worn layer of clothing. Yeah. With SIA operating officers don't work in public. At the end of the day, don't work in a public place. I mean, it is where I'm stood is a public place. But yeah, so if you don't want to be filmed, don't come to somebody with a camera. You obviously knew I was recording, that's why you've come.
I finished work in about 10 minutes. Do you want to meet off site and have a chat?
No, I'm good, mate. Is that a threat?
No, I'm just want to have a chat.
We're having a chat now, aren't we?
There are some serious concerns here. The guard's threat could potentially fall under the Protection from Harassment Act 1997, which deals with behavior that causes alarm or distress. That on top of that, there's no valid reason for a security officer to suggest meeting someone away from the workplace after their shift. That kind of comment is inappropriate and unprofessional, especially in a role that's meant to ensure safety and order.
We're having a chat now, aren't we?
Yeah. 10 minutes.
We're having a chat now, buddy. Sounds like a threat to me.
It's not a threat at all, mate.
Officer Fowler, are you hearing this? This security guard's using fighting words. He's saying he wants to meet me off site in 10 minutes when he finishes work.
You want to come off and have a chat? We'll have a chat about it somewhere else.
Which is clearly a threat, and that's considered fighting words under the law. Yes.
Okay. What exactly are considered fighting words under the law? What bit of legislation you talk about here?
I can't remember the act actually off the top of my head, but
So which bit of legislation has fighting words in it? You said the word fighting words in legislation.
yeah. So you're allowed to defend yourself if somebody is using fighting words in a way that makes you feel threatened. So I feel threatened now.
Legislation is that?
I can't remember the acting section, to be honest, off the top of my head.
But you're quoting legislation, legislation, but you don't know legislation.
No, not off the top of my head, no.
Okay, so if you're going to quote legislation at it,
Okay.
and then say I need to be aware of that and be aware of those words.
But you're a police officer.
But you don't know the legislation you're quoting.
Yeah, but you're a police
how do you know
officer.
it is?
Okay, it's still a threat, which even a threat, even something that makes somebody feel like they're being threatened or about to be attacked, actually,
calling me an idiot just now.
actually feel is actually common assault.
Calling me an idiot. You don't even know who I am. The first thing you said to me was I was an idiot.
Said acting like.
Is threatening.
But acting like.
Yeah, you really? Well, checkmate.
That's probably.
He responds by saying it's probably because they're acting like idiots. The reply? Really? Maybe acting like it's a tense back and forth, with frustration clearly building on both sides.
So I'm surprised you guys haven't got the memo on public recordings around police stations, really.
What memo is that?
Exactly, and that says it all, doesn't it?
Well, I don't know. You feel free to explain to me.
Well, there was a memo that was posted around to every police station in the UK in 2021 by the Commissioner of the Met, explaining how the police should deal and interact with people coming to film police property, police headquarters, police inquiry offices.
Right.
Said basically, leave them alone. There's nothing you can do.
So, but you're saying you think that then entitles you to go onto the site and film vehicles?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hello.
You're a sergeant? You're an officer in charge? Yeah?
I am.
I'll talk to you then if you want. If you want to come away, I'll talk to you instead of these people. But yeah, what's the collar number there, sorry?
7236.
7236, lovely. And Sergeant?
Von Mimity.
Sergeant, sorry?
Von Mimity.
Von Mimity. Nice to meet you. No worries.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, you're free, yeah.
Yeah, go on.
No worries. Yeah, there's not a lot really going on. I was just making a little video of the area. Once I get a shot of the marked cars. Had PC Vanessa, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
There we go, marked car. But yeah, so I was walking up around.
Yeah.
She stopped, had a chat with me, had a bit of a chat, let her know just been filming matters of public interest.
Yeah.
She asked if I was just going to stay on the perimeter. I said, well, I'm going to walk wherever's publicly accessible. I've walked all the way up round here. There's literally at the end of this road, cycle path and pedestrian footpath sign right at the end of this road going up here.
Yeah.
Obviously, I see there's a gate there. I do see that. I'm not blind.
Yeah.
That gate is clearly for cars. The pedestrian way is not blocked, it's not obscured. There's no checkpoint for pedestrians to go past this point. There are no signs saying.
Apart from that one asking you to have an ID
And car pass. Yeah, but I'm not in a car, am I? So I don't
No,
know.
very
You
true.
know.
So, common sense would say that you can see there's a barrier there. Public is not allowed through there. There is a sign at the front. And I appreciate you can film whatever you like around here. I've got no issue with that. If you go on site, you are going to be challenged. You're not a police officer.
Okay.
You will be asked to leave.
Okay.
And if you refuse that and you continue to go about your business, then
Yeah.
we will be looking at whether or not there's offences committed.
What offences would potentially be?
Potentially aggravated trespass.
What would be aggravating about it?
Now listen to this legal stretch: aggravated trespass. The sergeant mentions it as a possibility, but the law only applies when someone actively disrupts lawful business. Simply walking, filming, or standing on a path doesn't count. Aggravated trespass only happens when someone physically blocks or intimidates staff. And here's the irony. It wasn't the auditor causing problems, it was the guard. He threatened violence, threw around Google lawyer insults, and ignored SIA badge rules. Meanwhile, the sergeant stayed calm, polite, and de-escalated the situation. The contrast highlights the impact of proper training and professionalism. Today's site was full of confusion. No clear signs, car barriers, but nothing for pedestrians, and staff inventing rules on the spot. The guard insulted, mocked, and hinted at violence, all without showing the badge he's required to wear. Then a constable tried to bluff about private land with no evidence. In the end, it only took one calm, professional sergeant to resolve everything. This shows the difference. Relying on the law works. Relying on ego just escalates things unnecessarily. The pattern is clear. Knowing the law is essential. It's the only way to respond when someone tries to bluff you. That's why I created the Know Your Rights Guide. The same knowledge auditors use in these situations. So, what do you think was the worst part here? Missing signs, the fake Section 5 threat, or the childish behavior? Comment below and let me know. If you found this breakdown useful, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. This was Raw Audit Reviews. Remember, the law wins when you know it.